Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Krista's So Crafty. My name is Krista and I really appreciate you joining me here today. Alrighty then, so we are ready to go. So I have a piece of fabric here that is 4 inches by 18 inches. And this is a perfect little project for using up all your scrap fabric. So again, 4 inches by 18 inches. And I have it's like a D ring with a clasp on the end of it. Now mine is 3/4 of an inch. And when this finishes, it'll be an inch. It'll still work. So let me show you, I made another one earlier, see? And you'll see that it kind of curls up a little bit on the ends, but it's okay, it's still gonna work. But if you can get your hand on 1 inch D-rings with the clasp, that's perfect for this project. So all we need to do is I'm gonna take this over to the iron and we're gonna fold it in half and fold it in half and a half, and I will take you along and show you what we're doing. Okay, so all we need to do is take our piece of material with the right side facing down. We're gonna fold it in half and we are gonna take our iron and we're just going to iron that. Give it a press, make sure it's nice and even. Just like that. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up and we're gonna fold this edge into the middle, and we're going to fold this edge into the middle so that the two edges meet. Now you can just do one side at a time. Sometimes it's easier. I feel like I've got my iron on the wrong side today. Sorry. So I'm just going to press this side down like that and give it a good press. Make sure it's going to stay. And then you can turn it around and do the other side right to the middle and hold it down there and just give that a press and all the way down. Okay, so once you have that all done, all you're going to do now at this stage is you're just going to take this side and fold this folded edge over to this folded edge, like so. And again, bring in your iron and give it a good press. Just like so. And so now you have, ooh, that's hot. You have your edges and they're all nice and neat. Okay, so now we'll take this back over to the sewing machine. What we're going to do is we are going to go and take the edge that is folded and we're going to stitch as close to the edge as possible, but you want to catch both sides of the material, so probably about 1/8 of an inch, and do that all the way down the one side and then turn around and go back up the other side. So let's just do that. Do a little back stitch at the beginning and the end, just to keep those stitches intact. So now that I've done that one stitch, get it to focus, I'm going to go down the other side. All right. Nice and neat. See, that looks so good. So now we're just going to trim up some threads. on both ends. And so now our next step is to put our D-ring onto our material. So just choose an end, doesn't matter which one, and put the D-ring on and slide it all the way down. Now you want to choose a side of your material that you like the best. On this one it's pretty much the same on both sides, so I'm just putting it on. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it way down at the bottom. And again, my D-ring is a little bit small for this material because this is probably an inch. Let's see. Yes, see, this measures out at 1 inch, this material, now that it's all sewn together, whereas this is a 3/4 inch D-ring, but it still will work. So now what we're going to do is you're going to take the two ends of your keychain here. You're going to take them and you're just going to flip them like this. So now your material, your ring, should look like this. Okay, so one more time, you put it together, you put the D-ring on with the hook, the clasp, and then you take the material. Let me see if I can get this right. There we go, like that. And then you just turn them both to face to the other side. And now we're going to take this to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch right across here, and that will secure that together and that hook won't come off. So let's move in closer. All right, so make sure that your material, that your straps are lined up nice and neat, and just put it under the machine, under the needle, and just, what I do is I go back and forth probably 3 or 4 times just to make sure it's going to stay good. There we go. And again, we're just going to take our clippers and just snip that. Can you hear the birds outside? I don't know. Maybe you can't, but they're sure chirping up a storm out there. And all I'm going to do is just take it and flip it so that this raw edge is on the inside now. So now your loop is all straight. Okay, at this point we need to bring our D-ring up to the top where we did that stitches and put it so that it's right up. You see that? So it's right beside the stitch where we stitched. Okay, so make that all nice and neat. And now again, what we're going to do is we're going to take it back to the sewing machine and we are going to stitch across here. We're going to make a box. Okay, and once we've got the box done, then we're going to make an X in the middle of that box, and that will help to secure this and keep it snug and together, and then we'll be done. All right, so let's take this to the machine and get this sewn up. Well, what I've done is I've taken my needle and I've moved it over as far as I can. So on my machine, I have a Janome and I can move my needle position. So I've moved it over to as far right as I can go to the 1/4 inch position. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the edge of my presser foot against the edge, this edge right here. Okay, so I'm going to run the presser foot right along there. And that will get me as close as I can without running in or over that metal, because that's something you do not want to do. It will wreck your needle and could probably do some damage to your sewing machine too. So I'm going to put my presser foot down. I got my needle over and I'm just going to sew across, and I'm going to back stitch when I start and when I end. Just going to straighten that up. My strap moved a little bit. And there we go. And it's just getting caught. So I'm just gonna, it just got caught on the little knob of my presser foot, so I just unhooked it. And I'm going to go stitch over as far as I can and get right on that same stitch that we did before. With my needle down, I'm going to lift my presser foot and I'm going to turn. And now I'm going to sew down about an inch. About an inch. And then with my needle down, lift my presser foot and turn, and again, and I'm going to sew right across. Needle down, presser foot up, turn. Again, I'm going to follow that same stitch line. And I'm going to go right up to the, what would be now the corner. And I'm going to put my needle down, lift my presser foot, and this time I'm going to go from one corner to the other corner. So from that corner to this corner. At this point you could cut your thread, backstitch and cut your thread, but I just put my needle down in the corner, spin it, and follow that same stitch line across this way now to this corner over here. Lift my presser foot, turn, and then go from that corner to this corner. And then we're done. Be sure to backstitch. Cut your threads. Now we can just trim up our threads and we'll be all done. My Janome, I want to show you this. So this is where my Janome, it has an automatic cutter. Oh, can you see that little thread poking up there? It leaves that every time it snips the threads. I really enjoy the automatic threader. However, those little threads drive me crazy. Anyways, there is our key fob, our keychain, whatever you want to call it. It's nice and secure. It's not going to come undone. You see that it's got the X stitched on there, nice and neat inside the box. That is not coming off. Now you can attach your keys to it or whatever you need for it, and you're good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give it a try. This is a great scrap buster, and yeah, have fun making them. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you once again for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or just have a comment, please leave them in the description box below. And I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. That helps my channel grow.